And we're live, everybody. Hello. My name is Andrew, and today we're joined by our leader, Dane Dormio. He's created Chai Tea Tai Chi, and we're here learning from him. So, Dane, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I am doing excellent.
Good, good. So, we were having a little chat, and this idea came up of when the tide comes in, all boats rise. So, what is the meaning behind this?
So, when the tide comes in, all the boats rise is one of my favorite sayings in Qigong that has to do with how how Qigong benefits your health. Particularly if you have a health condition or of some kind, of any kind, really, it has to do with the idea that the Qigong comes from traditional Chinese medicine, which has a different paradigm of health than Western medicine does. And one paradigm in Western medicine is that you have a specific symptom and a specific treatment for that symptom, or a specific disease and a specific cure for that disease. Um, and Qigong doesn't work like that. It's not so much that to a degree there are things that have different specific benefits, but it's not so much that if this particular thing is wrong with you, you do this particular exercise to treat this particular symptom, or for this symptom there's a particular treatment. It's more about uh, allowing the body to self-regulate and kind of get out of its own way. So by the levers that we have at our disposal to regulate our mind body energy system are body, breath, and mind. And by regulating these things mindfully and attentively, we can allow the body to self-regulate and come to its natural equilibrium of health, which is in traditional Chinese medicine, health is seen as the natural state. And this is also different than the prevailing paradigm in Western medicine, which is that death is a natural state. Health or life or health in Western medicine is seen as a sort of unstable equilibrium, like a stick balanced on its end. You can get it balanced there, but the forces of the universe want to cause it to fall over one way or another, and it takes work to keep it there. Whereas in traditional Chinese medicine, health is the natural state. It's a stable equilibrium, like a marble at the bottom of a bowl, where if something if displaces it a little bit, then it will tend to return to its equilibrium. And if it is staying away from its equilibrium, i.e., if the body is staying in a state of of non-health, then it's because there's something in the way of it achieving perfect health, and whatever's in the way needs to be removed so that it can find its natural equilibrium of health. And so Qigong is just energy work, soul energy cultivation, working with the internal energy of the body. And in the there's another saying in traditional Chinese medicine: there's only one illness and there's only one cure, and the one illness is qi stagnation, and the one cure is qi flow. So qigong is just the means by which, if in whatever way, for whatever reason, our qi is stagnating, i.e., our life force energy isn't flowing, we're not, our body is not finding its is not returning to its natural equilibrium of health, then we can remove whatever the obstacle is, get the energy flowing so that we naturally find our way to perfect health. That's the meaning of when the tide comes in, all the boats rise. Just allow the body to be the way that it naturally is, which is healthy.
Yeah, wow, that was a lot to take in, but I totally get you. One thing that when you said the body is naturally healthy, well, when we're born, we are naturally healthy. do very well. We don't need a lot of support other than food and some water, mostly milk. But we're very healthy and we're very pliable. And um, as we grow and use our body a lot more, that's what builds up all of the stress and builds up all of the injuries that we get over our lives. And that bears down on us. The diet we eat consistently, the pollution in the air and the water. So that stuff brings you down over time. And like you were saying, it just gets in the way. It stops the flow. And so we have to clear our systems. We have to clear our bodies. We always do it every day. But there's many different ways to clear your body. And Qigong is one of those things. One concept I really sparked my mind when you were talking about that was prenatal breathing. Could you describe prenatal breathing and tell us about that at all?
Well, if do you mean abdominal breathing?
Yeah, where you're inhaling through the nose, filling your belly, relaxing your diaphragm, and exhaling through your nose like a baby does with their mouth closed, breathing just through their nose. Very natural.
Yeah, well, one of the things that gets in the way of our natural state of health is the way that we control and restrict our breathing, and we get in the habit of breathing with a lot of tension, so we don't breathe very deeply or fully, or we breathe rapidly and shallowly, or we breathe into the upper chest instead of into the lower diaphragm. We breathe in, and what tends to happen is we get stuck in a kind of trauma response where we actually breathe in as if we were in fight or flight mode, and the feedback loops in the body always work both ways, meaning that um, under the effect of the adrenal stress response, fight or flight activation, then that tends to cause the breathing to become fast and shallow. And also, if we breathe that way, then it tends to stimulate an adrenal stress response. The feedback goes both ways. So our physiology and our emotions mirror and closely follow each other. So we tend to get stuck in trauma responses and habitually breathe in ways that induce more stress in the body, and that's something that we have to actually unlearn, and learn how to allow the breathing to just be natural again.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's one of the first things that you have to learn in every Qigong class is, and we review it in almost every Qigong class, is how to breathe naturally, how to breathe fully. And that's just a big part of doing Qigong. Don't forget to do your breathing exercise with your movement exercise. Big deal.
Yeah, the mind is a very powerful, amazing thing that we humans have, and it also has certain drawbacks, such as it enables us to ignore our natural our natural intuitions and impulses for things like when to exert, when to relax, when to eat, when to sleep, when to drink, how much, um, and so we have the ability to override our. I mean, every animal knows how to be healthy. It knows what to eat, what not to eat, how much to drink, and when, and when to sleep, and when to hibernate. And we're no different. Our body is no different. Our body knows what it needs, but we also have the ability to override our body's innate wisdom and do things differently, which is like a superpower and also a weakness at the same time. So sometimes we habitually get in the habit of ignoring our body's needs. We come to we come to be very unconscious, insensitive, and we stop noticing. We stop noticing our body's needs when it's telling us what it needs, and we stop noticing the effects of not meeting those needs. We stop noticing the harm that we're causing to ourselves. And so the learning process is really an unlearning process. It's a process of learning to directly apprehend and perceive without the filter of the mind coming in the way. And as another one of my favorite sayings, actually from Zen Buddhism, is my master eats when he's hungry, drinks when he's thirsty, and sleeps when he's tired, which is another example of this idea of being in touch with and responsive to, mindful of the innate signals that the body has for that the body gives us for what it needs to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my a guy I follow on YouTube, Sad Guru. One of the things he mentioned was we eat far too much food. We don't realize how much food we're eating, and every meal you put on your plate, you should just cut it in half and just put the other away for later, because that's all you need is that half. Because we have so much on this plate. Then he's like, man, people used to live on so little food and survive on very little, but they did just fine. They had healthy bodies because they practiced or they were workers. They had to use their body to survive, and so they were
Well,
strong.
eating is a great example, because we have all kind of learned cues for eating. We also have an innate hunger instinct and a satiety instinct. Um, and so we have innate signals that let us know when it's time to eat and what and how much. And we also have innate signals letting us know when to stop. And
Mm-hmm.
but those tend to become conditioned and overridden by signals like how big is the size of your plate, or how big is your serving, how big is the serving, um, and or we are we eat in response to emotional cues rather than nutritional cues. Um,
Yeah.
so learning to discern between the sort of and like programming, like you see a billboard for McDonald's, and what do you know? All of a sudden, you're in the mood for a Big Mac. We have these kinds
Mm-hmm.
of signals coming at us from all directions all the time. So developing the sensitivity to discern between the actual natural hunger signals and the satiety signals, and the sort of programmed um, the programmed signals that tell us how much and when and what to eat is
Yeah.
a huge step that we can take um, for for maintaining the health of our body by just meeting its basic fundamental needs.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Dane. Well, I think we've beaten this pretty well and discussed it quite well. So I would say, where can people find us?
You can find us at our website, chai-chi.com. You can also connect with us here on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you happen to be viewing this. Um, on our website, you'll find links for free articles, videos, and resources, as well as our online learning community. So we welcome you to join us on this lifelong mind-body mastery journey. We'd love to support you in establishing your own personal daily mind-body energetic hygiene practice for the maintenance of health, wellness, longevity, performance enhancement, stress reduction, all the good stuff you love. So thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for doing this, Andrew.
Thanks very much for sharing your wisdom, Dane.
Indeed. Till next time.
Live long and prosper, everybody.
All right. Peace out, everyone.